Hi everybody, I'm back with another video, and this video is about Tamar Braxton and her interview on the Wendy Williams show, and the fact that Wendy asked her about would she go back on the Real, and Wendy mentioned the fact that they did her wrong and stuff like that. Well, Tamar basically went to say, well, she wasn't going back on the show. Lonnie invited her as a guest to come on the show. She did not respond to Lonnie's messages. Tamar people did not respond to her, and I'm pretty sure it's because Tamar tells them, no, don't respond because you don't want to talk to her, whatever. My thing is, once you um, make amends for a situation and just leave it behind you, that's it. That's it. She apologized to them, and then she let it go. And Lonnie Love claps back at Wendy because Wendy called it a cute little show. And she said, and she thanks Wendy for calling the Real a cute little show. And don't forget that they won an Emmy. Tamar's response to that is this down here. Tamar allegedly at the Real Madison Voice, and Madison was very cruel. That's when her and Kyle was together. And I don't watch that show because I just don't like how he just say the most outrageous, degrading thing about a natural born woman. Now, when the guilt settles, Lonnie cut the BS. And she says, thanks, Aunt Wendy, my sister, for having me. You may not have an Emmy yet, in all caps, but the girls are surely watching you. And she got whatever these, I know this is the laughing out loud emoji. I'm not sure what that emoji is. She says, but anyway, back to my transformation. Think about transformations. Like a butterfly. When a butterfly begins to transform, when it let go of that cocoon it was in, it don't go back to the cocoon. It may apologize to the cocoon for ripping it apart and getting out of it, but it don't go back to the cocoon because the cocoon feels some kind of way about how you treated it. She apologized, so I think Lonnie should let it go. And I think, like Tamar says here, when the guilt settles, Lonnie cut the BS. Now, I didn't think the Real was that interesting. The only reason I watched it because Tamar Braxton was on it when I first started watching it. But Tamar, I could see the stress and I could just really see the negative energy in Tamar as far as being on that show. I felt like you can go back and watch the show. Lonnie Love, those eyes that Lonnie Love used to cut at Tamar just told me that Lonnie had serious, serious, serious issues with Tamar. That was obvious to me. I could not get past that. I just knew Lonnie had issues with Tamar. Now, anytime Tamar would say something, Lonnie would give that, like, just, what's it called, disapproval look, or or sense that I would get from her. Now Tamar was being upset. Now this girl, I guess the one over here that said Tamar apologized to her. My thing is, she the one that just act all ditzy, crazy, and da da da. And I noticed that Tamar couldn't be herself, and Tamar acts a little ditzy, crazy, and da 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 da. I'm like, okay, why is Tamar mocking her? Come to find out, that was Tamar's personality from day one, forever in her life. And she comes on the show with that. So now you can't have two ditzy, crazy, da 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 people on the show. So while she's being the new Tamar crazy personality, Tamar not allowed to be herself. I could have seen that. And the fact that Lonnie Love just seemed to be having all of these issues that I don't know what the issues are, but I sense the issues. Now I know what the issues are. After she spoke about some of her issues, and I said, oh, okay, so I understand that. But now, my thing is, those are your issues. Tamar have her own issues. Now, when Tamar left the show, like they say, Lonnie Love was the first person she unfollowed. Then she unfollowed the girl on the end down there to the right. And then she unfollowed the other two. So, she just ended up following everybody, but I don't think she ever had an issue with Jeannie and the other girl in the middle between Lonnie and one on the end. I don't think she has so much of an issue with them, even though as them being the show, they're gonna stick together in this hurt feeling with Lonnie, because Lonnie created this show for what I understand was it was created for her. But then I'm hearing the show was created for Tamar. So there could be so many issues. Now, Tamar say she in her transformation. And when you transforming, there are things you just got to let go of. And now Tamar is blooming like a butterfly. And these four wants Tamar to come back on the show and let bygones be good. Because now Lonnie said something. She want to do what Wendy doing. No, you're not going through what Wendy going through. Therefore, Wendy is going by. And then Wendy said a lot of stuff to upset a lot of people. Now, Lonnie didn't say a lot of stuff upset a lot of people the way Wendy has. So of course Wendy is going through the situation with her husband. Her and Tamar got something in common. They're both out there, living a similar life, and like they say, like Wendy said she didn't cause her situation, and Tamar just had to just let that go. Now that Tamar done gone and went on Big Brother, and that gave her the boost and self-esteem that she needed to begin her transformation for herself. Now they see how Tamar is coming out. They want Tamar to come back on their show and mend the loop. She don't have to. She left that behind her. Because I know when she been going through stuff with Vince, Wendy was there for her. Wendy allowed her to come on her show and say her truth. And, and then Vince wanted to come on the Wendy show and do the same thing. Wendy was like, no. So I think Vince went on one of male show and said this piece. I hadn't said it, because my thing is, when people going through stuff, women going through stuff like Tamara said, women need to stick together and stop this and this and that. I believe that. But I don't think she was saying that for Tamar. She just saying that for black women in general. She said women of color because she mixed. So she's saying that for women of color in general. But Tamar is not a woman of color. She's a black woman, just like Lonnie's a black woman. So she's saying women of color, but she basically meaning black women, because it's black women that tear each other down all the time, not mixed women of color. They don't tear each other down like that. Black women tear each other down. They may tear these mixed women of color down. But this situation right here is what I found interesting. Now, Lonnie came out on the Breakfast Club and explained what happened, and the fact that she had nothing to do with Tamar getting fired. There was all this and that. I believed it when she said it, but then again, I got this a little sensation about it, especially after this person came to Tamar and said, "So I just found out Lonnie Love was writing letters to get you kicked off the show. She wrote the network. So why is she writing the network to get..." Now she says Vince got her fired on the Breakfast Club. Now this person says she just found out, and she got the receipts to prove that Lonnie wrote letters to the network. Now when you write letters, those don't go away, because of enough money, people will spill the tea. Now, and then she says, "LOL, Lonnie was writing the network on you. I'm hearing this story." And she said she's hearing this story because somebody apparently talking to her. And Tamar says, "I told everyone that it was her. No one wanted to believe me." Because see, Tamar is the kind of person that acts out. Nobody believes anything she says, and I understand that, because no matter what's going down with me, you can see it with your own eyes. But nobody will believe that I had nothing to do with it. And nobody will believe the person that doing it. You saw they did it. You know they did it with your own eyes. But they're going to act like that person didn't do nothing. So I get Tamar on that. Then the other person says, "Yeah, I got confirmation right now." She got it right now. Person who wrote and worked for her is spilling all the tea. Then Tamar says she was upset when I was making, I'm not sure what she was making, but I sense that Tamar was making more money than her, is what I'm sensing. But see, even though the show got an Emmy, Tamar is the only one on the show that has an Emmy. Y'all got an Emmy. The show has an Emmy. Tamar personally has an Emmy for her singing. So Tamar probably was making more money. Is what I'm sensing. The rest of this sentence is. But anyway, that is what I think about the Tamar Braxton on the Wendy Williams show, and Lonnie Love clapback, and Tamar return clapback. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the new spoken word poetry channel that I am creating, and you can listen to some pre-recorded spoken word poetry as I begin to create that community called Neoport Community, as I'm in the process of creating that channel. But anyway, that's it for this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.